tell me.
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Well, hi, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm Denny. That's Sharon. By the way, I've been working on the whole Share Den or Den Ron podcast, and I've come up with another one. I've got another one.
What?
Den Aaron. Denny, Sharon. Den Aaron. What do you think?
Oh, I think
I like it.
I think any of them
I like Den Aaron. It flows better, and it kind of, it just works for me. Anyway, it is. Yep, Den Aaron, the Den Aaron podcast. It is Den Aaron podcast number 41.
I can't believe it. 41.
I know, it's crazy.
I know.
And hey, we're booked through June now. So we're going to be around, people, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon. And please share the videos and tell people about us because we're having a lot of fun. And we thank you for all of that. All right, we have a video to start us off.
Yeah, so just because it's happy Friday. So, and you're going to give a disco party update, right?
I am.
I saw this on TikTok. I thought it was cute.
Okay.
Look at JJ.
I said a hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocker to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang bang the boogie to the boogie.
That was awesome. It was almost like they timed it. You know what I mean? Like it was the actual, that's what they were dancing to, but they weren't, obviously.
I know. I just thought that was so cool. It just brought back memories of watching those shows. And Sherman Helmsley, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he could break a move.
Are you kidding me? He was throwing down.
And then the dad on Good Times just passed away.
Yeah, John Amos? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he was
LA.
he was on
LA.
Suits.
Yeah. Suits LA.
Shortly before he passed, which anyway.
But that was cool though, because they actually addressed that in the show.
Yeah. You know what? That gets me fired up for the disco party. All right. I am very happy and humbled to say that there are no silver tables left. No. They are all sold out, people. All silver.
The silver are sold.
Silver has sold. Gold circle tables. We're down to our final 10. 10. That's it, people.
And those are $350?
$350 for those.
On the dance floor.
They're closest to the dance
Right.
floor.
That's right.
The silver tables are the ones that are on the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all sold out. Those are the ones that are out towards St. Clair Street. Okay. And then all the gold are all around anyway. And we have like 250 general admission, and those are $25. So if you know anybody who wants to support a great cause, little blessings, because they're awesome and they do God's work with our veterans. If you want to, support it or maybe share the link, just go to the DennyRadio Facebook page and it's right there pinned to the top. So let's get this puppy sold out so the Den Man can just relax and get ready for a great party featuring Lenore, of course, on the lights, and our children, Josh and Olivia.
Children, grown adults.
Josh and Olivia are going to be up there hanging out, and I'm sure you will make an appearance at some point on the platform.
I don't know.
And Lenore is making Josh a shirt this year.
Is she?
So me and Josh.
Yeah, because he's not fitting in your leisure suit anymore.
I know. That's what I told her. I said, hey, we got a little problem. Josh has gotten a little thicker since he's been going to college and up there in Ann Arbor. So, but he just he's just physically gotten bigger, Anyway, so let's spread the word. Disco party, June 6th this year, Hensville Park. Be there, people.
Oh, look at Tommy already off and running. Come on, people, support these people by subscribing.
Yeah, we had $6.26 last month. So hey, that's up from $4 the month before.
Yeah. Nope.
So there, if I was drinking beer, you could buy me a beer that way.
Can't wait to
But I'm not.
boogie with the best. No, they'd need to buy me a shirt instead.
Yeah.
For my 42 days. Is Rick into like finance? Is he accounting guy?
He is a architect.
He is always with the numbers.
He has always been that way since I met the man in the 90s.
Terry Fryer, Sherry McCravers. 3 regulars are here.
That's it. We'll take you too.
All right. Terry's like, I like DennyRadio. So there you go.
DennyRadio, there it is. I like it. All right. We have to welcome our sponsor, our Friday sponsor to the show today. He's been our longest sponsor, most consistent, Johnny Castillo. So, Johnny, I just want to give you a heads up. Get your golf clubs out, pal, because it's golf season, and the Den Man plays at around 4:15, 4:30 at Crooked. We are playing this year.
John golfs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. We have
Speaking
a lot
of
fun.
golf, I see Brad Crown's watching.
Brad Crown, Realtor Man. Oh, I played
Former Realtor Man.
Retired. Yeah, I played for him last night at his golf league. Yeah, I stunk it up, dude. I shot a 44 in the front 9. It was not good.
Oh my gosh, and it was such a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day, but I'm not in mid-season form yet. So maybe today, if the rain doesn't come, I'll play today.
I didn't think you were playing today.
I'm playing only if it doesn't rain. I said I'm not playing if it rains. Kiker's not playing because he's got other stuff, but me and Jimmy Shock are playing.
Guess what I did yesterday while you were golfing?
Anywho, what'd you do? Oh, you worked around the yard.
I worked in the yard at the condo that we're not supposed to have yard work at.
Well, no, it's because you want to do different things to it.
Well,
we don't have to mow. We don't have to do leaves or any of that.
No, it's weeding. It's getting, because this was a rental for so long.
Right.
And, it kind of got a little neglected, let's just say. And yeah, so I want to just enough where it's like, I want to plant something that comes up every year that I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Okay, so we've got this plant called Mandy, which we got from Mandy Way, and where was that? Where was that?
Picture.
Where
I bought it
in.
Well, we're not
in Louisiana.
No, nope. I bought it in. I bought it in Atlanta for our flip house.
Okay.
Planted it.
Right.
We lived there for a year.
Yeah.
Moved down to New Orleans. Came back.
But we never took
in
it
between renters. Yeah.
We never took her to New Orleans, though.
No, it was huge.
She said that. That's right. That's right. Because me and Kiker.
So, anyways, then we moved back here.
I was going to tell this. I was going to tell the story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Mandy from Mandy Way, the street we lived on. And anyway, me and Kiker, when we went down after we sold the house, we had to go down there. We lived up here. Kiker and I go down there to get that thing. And I'll tell you what, that thing was heavy. It was hard to get.
Brian and Karen's help you too?
I don't remember. Don't remember. But
yeah, see, this is why I was going to tell a story.
But you don't remember if Brian Cairns was part of the story.
No, I'm pretty sure because it was like, I thought it took like 3 or 4 of you.
All I know is a giant pain in the ass.
No.
There you go.
Look at the joy she's brought us.
Uh-huh. So then we move her up here, and then she was here for 10 years, and she's huge.
She's 6 feet across. Her leaves are bigger than the palm, than my whole hand. I actually have a picture of Salzy digging her out for me.
So Monday, why don't we do that? We'll tell the story without interrupting each other, and we will have pictures on Monday for you because she's already got shoots. Is that what they're called? Shoots? Like
I don't want to interrupt you. I don't know.
They're like, well, when I ask you a question, that means respond. Don't just jump in when I'm not asking a question. The shoots are like a foot.
I'm going to shoot.
In a week. It's a miracle. It's like Shem. It won't die. It just keeps coming back. We keep moving this plant everywhere. Anyway, there you go. Pretty cool.
All right. Dan says, good afternoon.
Hello, Dan.
Thomas Sloan, Little Blessings is an amazing organization.
They are, Tom.
Yep.
Do you have a table?
Yes, absolutely.
That's a new name. I haven't seen Thomas Sloan before.
Yeah, me neither.
Julian.
Dan and Sharon. Thank you, Julian.
Then Aaron.
And no rain, Steve Kiker is saying. Well, then why aren't you playing, Steve? There.
Well, it's because he's bailed on me. He's going up to wherever he goes on the weekends to do stuff he probably shouldn't do. No, I'm kidding. Hey, we had to change from Denny and Sharon to Den Aaron.
Oh, well, Mary, I don't know. Should we wait till Monday to reveal what kind of plant Mandy is? Because we're going to tell the full story with pictures on Monday. So stay tuned.
Somebody might be a little sassy because Shem kept her up most of the night and she had to change to the front bedroom.
Wonder who that would be.
It wouldn't be me.
What is Tom saying? Motorboat. That's me. He's Motorboat. Do you know him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He used to listen to the show all the time.
Now he's watching your podcast. You're everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's oversaturation. All right. So
Thomas Motorboat Sloan. Oh my gosh.
Here's the topic.
Oh yeah, that's me, man. Making it rain.
That's
making
right.
it rain.
Is that?
That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Is that your face on the dollar bill too?
Is it real? No, it's not. Is it really? You are so good at that stuff.
So here is the topic today, people. So to be thinking about it, we did have quite a few people play with yesterday's post about it, like already saying what they would do. So
thank
you
for
talk
that.
about that. Yeah. So you just won the Mega Millions lottery or the Powerball. What's the first thing you would do with the winnings? And followed up by what's the second thing you do?
Let's say it's $1 billion you won.
You're the sole winner.
You're the sole winner. It's $1 billion. So the government, those losers, take their share. In my world, the government doesn't get any lottery stuff, or maybe like 5%.
Well, some states you don't pay taxes on it. Did you know that?
Well, I know federally.
There's like a handful. California is one of them. Go figure.
I didn't know that, but anyway, yeah. So it's a lot of money. What I would do is I would buy a Viking cruise ship.
Well, okay.
And I would sail it into Toledo, or not sail it. They're not sailed. I'd bring it into Toledo.
So before we get on that real quick. So we talked about on Wednesday that we were driving to Port Clinton because we're not Powerball winners and we're on a budget. And so when we sold our home, we sold all of our patio furniture with it. So Facebook Marketplace, what did we do before we ever had that? So
we went to like little newspapers in little cities in the want ads, and you would look for patio furniture,
garage sales, moving sales, all of that stuff.
That's what we did, old school.
So I found like a vintage metal mesh dining table set and chairs in Port Clinton. So we drove there, and I have to say, I really don't feel I take full advantage of living by a Great Lake. You know, I mean, when you look at that looks pretty awesome, minus the trash.
Well,
look at the sunbeams.
Because we don't have any friends that have boats that invite us there. That's why.
Well,
and plus it's brown. It's just gross till you get out like by Put in Bay. Then it's beautiful.
Well, so anyway, so we drove out there, paid $150 for this nice set, get home. And of course, you know, when you look at something on Facebook Marketplace, then every time you pull it up, you get inundated with the same type of things. There was a same exact set, smaller table, for $250 here locally. So we saved $100 and we got a bigger table.
Right there.
So
she is the shopping queen, baby.
But I just wanted to, so that was our trip. Beautiful day, great traffic.
Outside of what restaurant? Jolly Rogers?
Jolly Rogers.
The Perch was okay. I mean, here's the thing about the Perch. Because I got the Perch dinner. I was going to get the walleye, but for whatever reason, I went, Perch. 5 pieces of perch. They were huge.
Huge.
I only could eat 2 pieces, and they gave you like a whole plate full of French fries and the sweet coleslaw, which I love. Anyway, so maybe I'll have that later for dinner.
Well, and then on our way out, we had a pair of eagles fly right over our car. And then we saw
Bunch of
2 or
eagles,
3 more nests with eagles on each one. That was really
That
cool.
was cool.
That was cool.
That was
And
really
then we got to
cool.
talk to our son for about 20 minutes. So that was another blessing. So
That was bonus.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Tom, happy Friday, Denny and Sharon. Have a great weekend. You as well.
Thanks, Tom.
Jordan Brown, if your first thing isn't getting a financial advisor and lawyer, you're making a mistake.
Boom.
Jordan, have you won before?
No, nobody's won. Nobody.
How do you know? Well, of course,
Okay,
you're supposed
so-
to stay anonymous, so he might not say.
Well, no, in Michigan, you can't. In Ohio, you can.
The Gulf of America looks wonderful down here in Cape Coral. Thomas.
Seriously, Thomas, that's where you are? You're a dog, dude.
Yeah, he stirred up trouble, Gulf America.
That's all right.
Gulf America.
No, that's
Got to
funny,
try
though.
Doc's Beach House next time. Okay, in Port
Yeah,
Clinton.
we do have one friend that has a boat out there, but they haven't invited us to, get on their boat. So
I don't know. Lake Erie scares me to be out on a boat.
okay.
Plus, I would never want to capsize in that water.
Of course, maybe we'll come up to Traverse City. Actually, we're going to Traverse City, so we'll at
Go
least be
to
able,
Traverse City.
yeah, we're going up a little family thing for Earth,
Traverse
Wind, and
City,
Fire.
here I
Don't you
come.
know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody want to take care of Shem? And I like me take care of him.
Nurse Terry.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. Go to your story. Oh my gosh.
I have no story.
This is Friday, not
I know. It's a joke. We're not supposed to be funny on Friday.
well, be funny.
There's people out there laughing, knowing what I'm talking about. Anyway. All right. You want to talk about the cruise ship?
Yeah.
Okay. So a cruise ship is going to visit Toledo next month. First time since the late 1990s. Now, you might say to yourself, what's the big deal? Well, here's the thing. It never happens. When was the last time you were down? I mean, you'll see freighters coming through all the time, pretty much daily, but not a cruise ship. It's Victoria Cruise Lines. Now, are they the ones that do those cruise ships like over in Europe and go down rivers and all that?
No, that's Viking. Oh, so this isn't Viking?
No, it's Victory. Oh, I'm sorry. It's Victory Cruise Lines.
Oh.
It's not Viking.
Oh.
Victory.
Oh, so is Victory the same as Viking?
No, it's spelled different. I don't know. I don't know
Now
anything
I
about
gotta look it
Victory
up.
Cruise Lines. All right, you look that up while I tell the
because
story.
we were talking this whole story and you kept saying Viking. And I'm like, Viking is super cool.
Okay, well, it's Victory Cruise Lines. My bad, I misspoke. And I'm a professional broadcaster, so you would think, yeah, but I'm old. Anyway, they run excursions, and they are already going to do one to the National Museum of the Great Lakes, which is right downtown Toledo, during its 2 vessels, 34 scheduled calls to Detroit, the Detroit port. So that's where they go. They port in Detroit, and then they take this is the silliness of it. Then they would get on a bus and they would bus them down to Toledo so they could check out the National Museum of the Great Lakes. Duh. Well, now one of the 34 times they dock in Detroit is going to dock in Toledo. And let's see, the Grand Prix, because of the Detroit Grand Prix, they still have the Grand Prix, and the Grand Prix is May 30th and 31st and the June 1st, I guess. So instead of docking in Detroit, it's like a 300-foot cruise ship and 190 passengers. They will be in Toledo on May 30th. And this is really cool. Now, Toledo is rolling out the red carpet. Passengers will be offered VIP tour of the museum, including a celebratory lunch on board the SS Colonel James N. Schoonmaker Museum freighter. So think about it. You're on a cruise ship and it's like, hey, you want to pay a little extra money? You can get on another ship and you can have lunch.
But that's a museum ship.
I know, but it's funny. I
haven't
thought
been
that
on
was
ship
kind
in
of
a long
funny.
time.
So it gets here at 9 a.m. scheduled until 7:30. And then they have shore excursions to the Toledo Museum of Art, or you can get on a bus and go back up by Detroit to Henry Ford Greenfield Village Museum in Dearborn, which makes no sense to me. But anyway, So John Wagoneer from Victory says, we are thrilled to drop anchor in Toledo for the first time and all of that. They had to find a suitable docking space. They do. It's right downtown. It's going to be cool. People are going to be going down and gawking. Here's why I think it's cool. If it works out, Victory's going to come back. And wouldn't that be cool if Victory would become like, or Toledo would become a place for Victory and other cruise ships to drop anchor for a day or two, because there's so much going on downtown Toledo, you know, especially in the summer with, you know, the Mud Hens, you got the Walleye with hockey, you got Denny Schaefer's hopefully sold out disco party coming up in June. You know, I mean, if you only had, 9 a.m. till 7:30, where would you tell people to go?
9 a.m. to what?
From 9 o'clock till 7:30 p.m. The ship is supposed to be here. What would you say? Where would you tell people to go? What would you do?
Well, the art museum and the zoo are really pretty proximity.
Yeah.
Close proximity to downtown.
Yeah.
So for sure those.
I mean, if there was an afternoon Mud Hen game, check that out.
The Mud Hens. Yeah.
And so many restaurants.
Parks, I mean, there's that great park now right there, the ribbon and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The Victory cruise line is for the Great Lakes, Canada, and New England area.
All right, cool.
So it would be very achievable for them to make Toledo as a port.
There you go.
I mean, why not?
So I think it's a great idea.
Someone says Pacos.
Oh yeah, Pacos for sure. You know, the mayor rolling out the red carpet and, you know, sucking up to him, which is what politicians need to do in a situation like this.
He's not sucking up. He's doing what he should be doing, selling Toledo.
Sucking up. So way to go, Mayor. I'm all on board with that. So there you go.
Here. All right, let's just get back to the chat real quick.
Sadly, nothing more than $2.
He's won $2 for the lottery. Terry, she can take Shem. Did Denny have a lot of sugar or red dye?
Maybe.
This morning.
Maybe.
Yeah, you were a little out of sorts this morning. So
well,
Thomas, how do we get a table for the disco party?
Well, you go to the Denny Radio Facebook page right there at the top. It's pinned on and it takes you to Little Blessings and you get it that way. Actually, it's through the Mud Hens. So there you go.
Oh, here's another new name.
Go
Laura
to Denny Radio.
Samsell.
Hello, Laura.
Good afternoon, Denny and Sharon. I love it when we see new names.
Aaron.
Viking does have a Great Lakes cruise, stops in Detroit and Cleveland per their website. Yeah.
They need to stop in Toledo. We need to become like.
So.
Especially on a Friday when they start doing the rallies by the river. I think I'm going to the first one, by the way. Just old school. And I'm going to wear, here's what I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear my cutoff jeans and I'm good.
With your pleated pockets?
Hold on. Jean shorts. Okay. Cut off jean shorts. And I'm going to roll them up. Okay. And I'm going to wear my black motorcycle boots with my white socks, but not pulled up past my calf. I just used to have them like that. And then I'm going to have a bandana in my pocket and I'm going to grab an old flannel shirt and I'm going to rip off the sleeves so they're sleeveless and I'm going downtown. That's what I used to wear in the 90s and the chicks loved me.
Speaking of chicks.
You want to go with me?
Speaking of chicks, should I be concerned that some woman sent you a message that just had the fire on Facebook?
Because no, it could be us. We're on fire.
Okay.
We're
Mm-hmm.
DennyRadio.
Yeah, that's old school. Jay Plata on Instagram is saying that. Yeah.
Okay.
Gun show. Rick's saying gun show.
Yeah, not so much.
All right. So
back in the day I did, but
the Viking, but getting back to the Victory, I mean, I think that would be super cool. And we're so close to Detroit.
Yeah.
You know?
I would, here's what I would do if I won the lottery. Are we onto that yet? Or are we still talking about that?
No, we're still talking.
Okay.
Because I got a PSA for ladies before we get into the.
All right. The Victory to come here.
Okay.
Yes. We need the Pistons to have a victory. Gosh, that hurt. Anyway.
All right. Michelle's offering also to help with Shem because she gives herself injections. So lots of it. All right, ladies. Here's your PSA.
Really? Really?
Yesterday being 80, come on.
Why wouldn't you keep it groomed all year?
I'm talking about shaving legs
Oh.
because we're wearing shorts now and all of that.
Oh, I thought it was bikini line. Never mind.
Oh my,
I saw shaving and I thought you were going to get all weird on us here.
oh my gosh.
So wait a minute. So you don't shave till now? I haven't noticed hairy legs.
Just not on a regular basis. I mean, if you're a woman, you know.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
All right.
Maureen, yes, I might want to be sick. I'm still kind of
Why?
coughing it up a little bit.
Why you poo-poo in the first party in the park? Don't you people remember how fun they used to be? I'm going.
Cindy's laughing. PSA. That's right. Denny is being savage.
Thank you, Yin. Yin Anthony Yan.
Ah!
Yin Anthony Yan. I want to meet Yin Anthony Yan.
Oh, it's not playing again.
What happened?
I don't know. I was trying to play my PSA again.
What happened to it?
I don't know. Where'd it go?
I don't know. Sometimes weird things happen.
Yeah.
Are we having internet issues? Oh, wait. Hold on. Could be coming. And maybe do it at the end of the podcast.
All right. All right. Getting to.
You just won the Mega Millions or Powerball or whatever. When I was thinking about this, I was thinking $1 billion. Okay. And the government takes whatever they take, a bunch of millions. And then you get, let's say you get like $750 million. Okay. That's a lot of money. Okay. It's not just, if you win like 10 million or 20 million, again, that's life changing, but I'm talking about filthy money, like crazy. Like some of these, now that they've raised the price on one of the lotteries, I don't know if it's Mega or Powerball, might be Powerball. They're going to $5. That means the jackpots are even going to be bigger, that you're not going to win. So that's what we're talking about. And the question you posed was, what's the first thing you do with your winnings, followed by the second thing? Mm-hmm. So let's let you start.
Me? Well, let's be practical here, because the first thing you're actually supposed to do is, before turning in the winning ticket, you secure it, you sign the back of the ticket to establish the ownership.
Okay.
You make several copies of both sides to show your lawyer and accountant, digital, and you store them in the cloud,
right?
According to this article. And then you actually lock the ticket away in a bank safe deposit box or secure personal safe. And then they always recommend getting a financial advisor, like someone had mentioned on there too.
See, I don't know if I would take it to no, I would definitely do all that except the whole bank thing. I would just be
they're just saying make sure it's secure.
Right.
You're going to put it in your underwear drawer?
Yeah.
Sign it and put it in your underwear drawer?
Yeah. Put it in my undie drawer. Nobody goes in there. Why would you? Anyway, so yeah, that's just really smart stuff. I would do all that stuff, but I would call, Amir over at Merrill Lynch, and I would say, hey, guess what? Come into some money, and you plan it out. But at our age, it's like, man, if you won that kind of filthy money, you wouldn't really, would you invest it?
So here's what
trust, maybe
in the research and stuff I was doing yesterday for me. I think there's a definite difference. I think as we get older, our priorities change.
Yeah.
Because you're young, you're like big house and this and this and and then when you get older, you're like, had the big house, don't want the big house, don't want all the stuff. And then so I think for me, I would, first thing besides the practical stuff, is pay off all debt. That's the first thing I would do for you, me, and Olivia and Josh. I'm just being real. That's the first thing I would do. Pay off all of our debt.
Is it weird that I wouldn't tell our children?
You can do what you want.
I wouldn't tell them, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to be like, oh, I'm set for life. I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want when I want.
They're going to wait for you to die.
And just wait for me to die. And never accept dinner invitations at their houses for fear of poison.
Well, they did say absolutely do not post it on social media.
No, I wouldn't
Do
that.
not tell your children.
No.
That was one of the things that people are tell them not to post it as well. Like keep it as low, private, anonymously as you can
See, I'm not sure I would tell them.
because of all the scammers.
I mean, I would start doing,
Would you even tell me?
I don't know. Are you still around? Sorry, that's not.
Oh, was
funny.
that more humor?
Yeah, that was more humor.
Oh wait, where's the laugh track?
The laugh track, I don't have one.
Oh.
And I got the rim shot. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I probably would. But
You probably would tell me.
no, of course I would. You and I. Oh, yeah.
Now that was a question.
Oh, yes. Of course I would tell you. Okay, you want to know the first thing I would do besides all that other stuff? I'm talking about once we get the cash, once it's secured or whatever,
I know.
I would rent a jet. Okay. I'm not going to buy a jet. I don't care if I was a billionaire. I'm not buying a jet because then you got the headache of, storage and this and that and all this other stuff. No, you know, the one dude who does the commercials for the jet that you should fly,
Matthew McConaughey?
No, the guy who was on, where they have you pitch your product to the people and they're up there and you
Shark Tank?
Yeah. The one guy from Shark Tank
Welcome to Charades, people.
who sits all the way down to the right. Anyway, and he does these commercials, to fly, private jet. You rent it basically like a rental car. Anyway, I can't think of the dude's name.
Mr. Wonderful?
No, not him, because I love him. No, the other dude, the guy all the way down to the end. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's what I would do. And I would go to whatever big sporting event was going on at the time. Super Bowl, NBA Finals. Heck, I'd even go to Wimbledon with all those snooty people over in England. I would do something really cool like that.
What about the Kentucky Derby?
Would need a private. Yeah, you could do a private jet over there. It's not that
Would you
far.
buy a horse?
No.
That's racing in the Kentucky Derby?
See, at this, when you're young, and I have a little bit part of this story of people that have won the money and they lost their mind and and then they ended up losing all their money.
Like they were saying 70% of winners, and then it changed to 30% of winners actually end up bankrupt.
Yeah. And a overwhelming majority of people who won that kind of money wish they never did. But anyway,
I can't
we're for
imagine
the
that.
fun of it.
I can't imagine that.
When you're young and you win that kind of money, I can see, because there's one 19-year-old dude won, and he was the youngest one to ever win, the big lottery. And then back in 2000, whenever it was, 5, and now he's bankrupt. He has no money. But anyway, I would do stuff like that. And I'm being selfish. I know that, of course, you can go with me if you want. I would travel the world playing golf. Just with my buddies. Hey, dudes, what do you want to do this weekend? Hey, why don't we fly over to Scotland and we'll play some golf? Fly over to Scotland, play around the golf, spend the night or two, come back. Obviously, I would give a ton of charity, which would be.
Well, hold on.
Oh, am I going too fast?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
sorry.
only the first thing, and
so
then the
I'm
second
being
thing.
selfish. I would do sporting events and golf stuff. Okay, your turn.
Well, let's see here. So Nurse Terry on Facebook said, consult with my financial advisor first, then pay off all my debts, including car and house, give to the mission of my church, and give some to my gym for upgrades, and of course, go on vacation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd go to Hawaii. Definitely. Every bucket list, I would go.
Tom Henning said, pay off regular bills and medical bills, give some to charity. Sherry from McCraver said, my lifestyle, and she's all caps, Sherry, my lifestyle wouldn't change. However, the lives of the homeless would. I would purchase something like the Commodore Perry and house the homeless.
Boom.
That's so super cool.
Got to hold them accountable, though, because without accountability, nothing's going to change. Just saying.
Kelly Marie said, pay off my bills, all my bills off, help pay off my kids' student loans, give some to charity. Laura, pay off my medical bills and regular bills and buy a new house. Sharon Armstrong Schaefer, beach house, ? Asking for a friend.
I wonder who that friend is. You could have a beach house on every beach, pretty much.
And be a biatch.
See, I wouldn't want to buy a beach house because then you got headaches with it. I mean, even some of the richest people in the world that haven't won, big money say the same thing. The more stuff you accumulate also accumulates stress.
What? Who have you talked to
The internet.
who has a headache because they have a beachfront condominium?
Yeah, you get a call. Hey, guess what? Your beachfront condo just got hit by a hurricane.
Oh,
and
well, I
everything
have
has
$1
been
million
dis-
to fix it.
Okay.
What's the problem? I see no problem here.
Yeah.
What is Mary? I would pay off my favorite brother and beautiful wifey's new condo. Oh, Mary.
No, we already paid for it.
Wait,
Get us something
is
else.
that John and Julie or is that Denny and I?
No. No, this condo's good. It's all the trips and all the fun stuff we want to do. We're not going to be able to do because we paid off the condo.
Tommy, first invite Denny to his new golf course.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't buy a course. I'd just play wherever I wanted. I'd get a membership at Augusta. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Augusta is too racist.
Rob says after all the practical stuff, legal CPA, I would never wear the same pair of socks twice.
Nice. That's good. I like that.
Holly is talking about the rally by the river. Met my husband in front of the Porta Johns. Now
There you
that's
go.
a great story.
That is a great story.
Yeah. Oh, Holly's back. Give to Golden Rescue, Golden Retriever Rescue, and all underfunded animal rescues.
Hire a housekeeper. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So, the thing for me, and Sherry mentioned this with the homeless. I was convicted, like thinking about it, after paying off debt and all that, I would want to give, like, I would want to go down to the city of Toledo or somewhere and say, I don't even know how, the tax department or whatever, and say, give me like 5 families that are in debt with their house payments or something like that. And I would want to pay like the inner city or someone in the city limits of Toledo that is really struggling.
Yeah.
I would love to pay their houses off. Or like, when we watch American Idol or The Voice and you always see the sappy stories of everybody, every contestant, there's always like a single mom working 3 jobs or, and trying to make ends meet and, sacrificing so much. And I don't even know how you could really research that, but
no,
that would be, I would want to.
No, that's awesome. It's like,
while you're traveling, I would
okay. All
pay
right.
people off.
That's all right. I'll sign my name on the check while you're doing all the work. Absolutely. It's like Walmart. Don't they do the layaway program? I think they do that every Christmas now. And people will go in, people that have a lot of money and go in and pay for all their Christmas gifts that they have laid away.
Right. So they do have layaway, I think, year round, but at Christmas time, a good Samaritan will come and
I would do that every year. Stuff like that. I mean, everybody knows this. We just don't do it enough. Whenever you're serving and helping the less fortunate, you feel better because you're glorifying God and you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to care and love about love your fellow man. Once you get back from your private jet golf trip, that's first. And then when you get back, go down to the food kitchen, Cherry Street Mission, whatever, you help people out. And then get back on your jet and you fly somewhere else to help people that, But see, to me, it would just be awesome to see somebody like at a store and just say, hey, here's $100. Just give it to them. Just to watch them, just to, like Mr. Beast, although I think he got in trouble. But that dude.
Why would he get in trouble?
I don't know. There's some controversy about Mr. Beast now. I don't know. Anyway, but that to me would be just the greatest thing in the world, pay for somebody's college education, which you really don't even need. But anyway.
Those are the things that you see on TikTok all the time, the do-gooders. Like the people that are standing there with their phone and they got their cup in front of them and they're approaching a woman sitting there having a meal and they have like 5 $100 bills on this side of the cup, but they're asking her if she had some change to give them so they could buy something.
Yeah, I've seen
and
this.
then she, and then they give her the cup and she, and same in the stores of usually it's athletes or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
walking up to just general shoppers and paying off and
hang
stuff.
out at Goodwills and secondhand shops, and you know people are in there because you know they don't have a lot of money, and just here, did you drop this $100 bill?
Yeah.
You
Well,
just give it to 'em.
that's one of the one lottery winner. She actually went into like Walmart or Target or a grocery store and bought $2,000 worth of gift cards and stood right there and handed people $100 gift cards right then and there. Just, I mean, how fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Gift cards, yeah, that's probably better than cash because you don't know people are going to buy drugs and their alcohol.
So another person donated her former high school started a scholarship program, which I thought was a really good idea. So
That
she
is a
took
good
some of
idea.
her earnings and started a scholarship program at her alma mater, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Charitable stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you want to know something else I would do? Read some more comments.
Mary saying hi.
Hello, Mary Hendricks.
Okay.
I would buy, I don't know which one. I don't really have one in mind, but I would buy a big, powerful radio station. Okay. Even at this age, I would buy it. Okay. And I would have every shift, including the all-night shift, midnight to 6 or 5:30, depending when the morning show started. I wouldn't do a shift or anything. I wouldn't give a rip about being on the air. I wouldn't. I'd probably be on for a little bit, but I would buy a radio station from one of these big corporate conglomerates that have destroyed the once great radio industry. And I would have everything local, and I would have all live jocks, including the all-night show. I'd pay them all decent money, and I would restore radio to the way God intended it to be.
Would the name of this new radio station be called DennyRadio? WADD?
Probably not, because my ego's not that big. How about WDNY? WDNY. It has to be W.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the ego being big remark. What?
My ego's not that big. No, it's just, it breaks my heart what's happened to the once great industry because of corporate greed. And 90% of the radio stations, half of the stations or more are all voice tracked. It's all recorded. And most of the people don't even live in the city. I mean, it's just, it breaks my heart.
Do you follow that account on Instagram? Is it SHTTYPAD or something like that?
Yeah. Shitty PD.
That person's always.
I know. I love it. I don't know who that guy is. I love him.
Yeah.
I'm never on Instagram. Rarely. The only time I go on Instagram is when you show me something on Instagram or check out this on Instagram, stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would buy a radio station and,
all right.
Restore it to its glory.
Teresa Vargo is just joining us. Hi, Teresa.
Super fan Teresa Vargo.
I've seen her on here in a little while. Okay, so
it's a work thing, I think.
Here's a couple. I just want to, because we're already like almost quarter of. From Business Insider. Here, these are the top things that people will buy, spend their money on. Multi-million-dollar homes. No, thank you. Vacations, new vehicles, paying off mortgage, student loans, credit card debt, their medical expenses, taking an early retirement, paying for their wedding or honeymoon, giving to charity. That's all the way down. Sharing with friends and family. And then last thing was investing. Somebody paid off their church's mortgage, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, that's a good bit. The Lord will love that.
And someone also made a big donation to children's hospitals.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So here are some of the most expensive and interesting purchases ever made by a lottery winner. The first one was a $47 million home. Another couple in Canada gave $825,000 toward legalizing marijuana.
I love it, you dopers. Is it legal where they live now? That was Canada.
That
I
was in
think.
Canada, eh?
I wonder if it's legal in Canada.
Yep.
Eh?
One couple donated $200,000 to a water park in Green Island, New York. So for residents of Green Island, 5 million. Oh, wait a minute. No. Hold on. Let me see here. Some woman spent $5 million of her winnings on gambling. And then she took it all and unfortunately gambled it all away. And by 2016, she was broke.
Yeah. Same with Jonathan Vargas. He was 19 when he won 35.3 million in Powerball in 2008. And so what did he do? He created a TV show with female wrestlers. It was called Wrestlelicious. 19, he's a guy. And then it was Wrestlelicious Takedown. Lasted one season. It was actually on TV, one season. And he was the youngest person ever to win the Powerball at the time. And the first one to ever win from South Carolina, where he was from. And today, he's broke. Sarah Cockings, that's her name, bought breast enlargement surgery for her sister.
It's all in priorities, man.
Yeah.
Someone bought a racehorse for $250,000.
Okay.
Someone spent $30,000 on producing music.
Okay.
And then the record wasn't a success and only sold 600 copies. And then his marriage failed.
Oh.
And then his lottery winners were gone.
Oops.
Oh my gosh. Ah,
There you go.
let's see here.
How many more we got?
I love the idea of restoring radio. It's a fascination of mine this past year. You helped contribute to. Oh, that's so
Oh.
sweet.
Well, thank you, Yin Anthony Yan.
Rick, so you can be on the West Coast and play Pebble Beach every day.
Nah, I wouldn't play it every day. Just want to play it once. Let's keep moving. There's other courses to play. Hey,
All
Roy
right.
Boy Fisher.
Yep.
How y'all doing?
Just wanted to say,
Love
love
y'all.
y'all.
Have a good weekend. Love you too. Praying for you, especially on Monday.
All right. So is that all we got?
It seems like it flew by today.
Well, we talked a lot. We talked
Did
about
we?
Viking victory.
Okay.
Victory Viking.
Okay, let me ask you a hard question. With all that money, would you stay married to me?
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that's what I was saying at the very beginning. Like, probably when I was younger, would have done stupid things. But now that I'm older, it's like, I would just I would love to have a beachfront condo. I'm just going to be honest. And this condo.
Probably not going to happen.
And then
But rentals, we
give
could
money
rent.
away. I would love to help people that are really in need or falling on high that just can't get a break.
Yeah.
Here's the odds of winning the Powerball grand prize are 1 in 292 million.
Which is why I don't play anymore.
For the Mega Millions, it's 1 in 302.5 million. You're more likely to be struck by lightning twice in your lifetime than win a lottery.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
Well, when it's $2 though, it ain't bad. But now it's up to $5. It's like,
you know what though?
$5.
Someone made sense. People pay more for a cup of coffee on a daily basis.
yeah, but if it's a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, but if that 5 turns into 5 million,
But look at the odds. Okay, so in the
but
90s,
someone has to win. Why can't
not
it be
you?
you?
Yeah,
Jinx.
I know. That's what they do. That's what the lottery does. When it's up to $1 billion, there's hysteria. People are like, okay. And me, Susie, and Paul used to always buy when it got big, and we never won squat.
Well, your whole station would go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might do something like
I've
that.
done
but-
that with my siblings. If it
Yeah.
gets really high, Mary, if I ever won, I pray it would not make me selfish and greedy. I would love to be able to help others. Yeah, because that at this point in my life, that's what makes me happier
Right, helping people
than walking on the beach.
and
in my
getting on
paid-off
my
condo.
private jet, flying to a golf course in Ireland.
Wouldn't you guys want to see our podcast live from the beach of our paid off condo? Seriously.
Hey, we're looking at doing some renting this. Hey, that may happen.
Oh, it's happening.
In January, we might be on location, is what we're saying, if Shem dies. So
I'm taking him.
Shem is on the clock. You have
Shem
to
is on the
die
ding dong.
before the new year.
Oh my gosh.
You've said it to his face before. I never have.
I know, but that's in private.
She has looked at the cat and go, when are you going to die?
I don't think I've said it like that.
Okay.
I'm like, is it time, Shem?
You have a love-hate relationship with our diabetic
I love
cat.
him when he doesn't interrupt my sleep.
Yeah, but he does because he loves you and he stares at you. He's a freak.
All right. Ready for the funny video?
Yes, funny video. I got to eat lunch. Got to do my radio show and then go play golf.
Here we go.
Please don't rain, Lord. Please.
That's what I said. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what in the world? But don't do it here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Really? I thought the same thing. We think a lot alike, huh? Oh, that's crazy. Right.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Do they have like their own site now?
Well, I think I read where the dad is a comedian.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think so too.
There's one of that. Well, I think they were actually featured in a commercial. Was it Burger King or something like that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
When that video came out and then it went viral and
That's awesome.
Yeah. So super cute for Friday. So.
And by the way, one last thing on lottery and winning that. I made a deal with the Lord that I would give half to the church and to all his charities, and I still didn't win. So if you think about going that route, I already tried. Doesn't work. There you go.
All right.
All right. Have a great weekend,
I got to go get up to Ann Arbor.
She's going to have, late lunch with the boy, and hopefully I'm on the golf course. So.
All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.